Christina's creations. Apologies. My ever wonderful husband is being a goof and making me laugh as I start. So I was just thinking I would do a quick unmolding, demolding, taking these things out of the molds. So this is stuff that I made last night, most of it in the stream, and then I did actually make a couple more things to try out all of the different resin paste colors that I had. And then I tried mixing some stuff around and doing a couple of different things, and I also tried using this cell maker because I really wasn't sure what on earth it was supposed to do. I'm still not sure right now. But so anyways, you can see everything here that I did end up making. So let's start demolding. I guess this is the first thing I made yesterday, and I can already see some hair came into the, drop down onto it. I'm not concerned. If I was making these to sell, then I'd be a bit more careful, but especially for it just being on the top like that, I could always sand that out. So this is a heart, and it's a shaker mold, which means ideally you're supposed to put things inside of it and close it up. And I gotta say apologies, I still have all of this pigment paste under my nails. Definitely do not ever handle things like that without gloves on, because just a disaster. And even sitting down here, I somehow must have had some black pigment paste kicking around because I got some on a finger just from getting ready for the stream. These are still not 100%. Well, I mean, they wouldn't be 100% cured after 24 hours, but they're not cured totally yet. They're not totally hard. It'll depend, actually. Some of them might be, but this I can tell is a bit flexible. So I want to be a bit careful with it. And it's got, that doesn't break. No, good. Phew, there was this one piece right here. I thought, oops, if that breaks, then this mold could be in trouble. But it did not break. So this is the back side. So here we have the heart. So you can kind of see the different veins and such inside of it. It kind of, if you just look real quick, it almost looks like a misshapen strawberry that I colored all red or something. Definitely got some bubbles in there, despite best efforts, well, slight efforts to get them out. And like I said, normally you would put something in here and then fill it with liquid, and then you would cover this up with some clear special tape or film. I don't have that stuff yet, but that is that. So that's the heart. Gosh, I don't remember what order I did things in, so I'm just gonna start taking some things out. But I did this tree in the green, which is very neon, but green all the same. And if you remember, I painted the star, or I put mica on it, mica powder, so that it would have color, and then realized the star sticks out. It's actually going to be a hole. It's not going to be something that gets to actually have color and be visible. So, but I did color in the Mary words, poorly of course, so let's see how this all comes out. So in this one we've got, these edges are quite hard. Oof, don't like how that looks like it's pulling right off. But it's getting there, and it looks like we're not even pulling out. So just before we look at that, I just want to show, like, there's even still some mica in between the letters there. So that's going to need a good clean out. And then this will would need to be sanded down. I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely risen by the star section. So there is our Mary, and we won't be able to, short of sanding, get rid of what is it, the mica powder that's on here, but that's okay. But what we could do is we could fill the insides up now. But it looks like, yeah, it didn't 100% get into all the nooks and crannies quite properly either. I think that's going to be a tricky mold to get like inside the E and in between the letters and things like that. That might be a bit of an impossibility. But anyways, that's that. How about this little guy? So this is one of the ones I did after I finished the stream, and this is a mold I got a little while ago that's a wolf howling presumably at the moon. It's pretty small, you can see, pretty small mold. So we'll see how this comes out. This will probably still be pretty flexible. There we go. And a couple of holes, bubble holes in there. But I kind of like this side where it's filled up and not flat, puffed up a bit. So I think that turned out pretty good. There's a bit of edges that we could definitely clean off of there, but yeah, that turned out well. Let's do this. This is another one I did afterwards. This is another shaker. This is a little corgi butt. No. Not that I think corgis are blue, but I just needed a mold to test something blue. So the corgi butt one. So like I said, this is another one of those shakers that you would ideally put some things in, and then you can make a keychain or whatever. So, you know, corgi lovers might be interested in something like this. I got a cat butt one as well. So let's see how that turned out. Some weird cell stuff happening there, but it's got, yeah, the bubbles in this. Holy, my bubble reduction skills last night were clearly severely lacking. I'm not sure why there is an actual like crevice here. Here's one from a bubble that was unintentional, but I'm not sure if this is meant to be like where you put the keychain piece. But anyways, that's all right. And you can see like these colors are pretty brilliant, pretty bright, pretty intense. Let's do the crowns next. So this purple one got really thin on the edges here. So, and then even all these other ones have so much detail. I'm not sure that these are going to be good, but this was a mold specified as being for fondants. So we'll just see how it comes out. It's definitely not hard yet. I think, yeah, I mean, short of, again, a couple of bubbles, and it's really hard to work through and get all of those bubbles out, just because you need to follow through every single thing, and let's admit it, I don't have the patience for that. But overall, not bad. Let's see these others. So I did one in blue, and again, these all had like really thin areas. So trying to get the resin in the right places, and hopefully trying to get it out right now won't break anything. But it looks like we got it all. And again, a couple of bubbles. Definitely very flexible still right now, but yeah, that works okay. It doesn't have quite as many things to go through with my dotting tool. So same with this one, just one bubble actually. So that's not bad. Now let's check these big crowns. So unfortunately, you can see there's like bigger circly areas there. Those did not get filled properly with the resin. I think the resin was this one? Did I do the blue at the end last night? If I did, the resin was getting warm. It was starting to cure pretty quick, so it wouldn't have flown into things as well. And obviously we've got some bubbles, but the bubbles are almost symmetrical too, so we could probably turn that into something easily, adding some like fake jewel stuff. Let's see how this one is. Yeah, this green, I don't know if we can tell, it didn't mix very well, the paste. It had some chunks in it, but overall, it's not as teal colored as it initially looked anyway. So that's the crowns and tiara. Alright, let's do the shells next. One of the things I don't have other than something called caramel as brown is I don't have a powder of brown, so I have a liquid brown for coloring, but I don't have a brown that I could paint on, and I think that would have been good for these. Maybe mixing something in, I don't know, but I mean obviously shells aren't pure white, and yeah, definitely had issues with bubbles last night, but overall that's not bad. Let's see how the star is. Sweet. Doesn't have any bubbles, but it's got a couple of like tiny little black hairs that you probably can't see. And these tiny little ones. Oh, something sticky on here. It could be, again, from the resin container or the paste container yesterday, but these are pretty cute. Could make little earrings or bracelety things with. What? I'm just not liking whatever is. It's partially, yeah. I don't know why, but anyways, get that off. And now let's check these little stars. Oh, there's a bubble in that one. And oh, this one is like a comet. It's got a tail. We can clean that off. So that's those. Now let's check out all the letters. I actually got them all filled in. Some of them are more filled than others. Some of them are a couple of colors, but it's alright. Let's take these all out and see how they did. And I didn't put any attempts into taking bubbles out of these. These are kind of cute. I ended up mixing the red wine with white to get this pink, and it's a bit marbled. I don't know if I need to mix it in much longer, but I mean, that looks pretty gosh darn cute, actually, kind of like candy. So let's see how the rest of these go. Yeah, there's some bubbles. I think it's going to be hit and miss, but probably most of them will have bubbles. The C doesn't. D doesn't. It's not as easy to see the different lines in that as you can in this. And one thing you can tell too between all these different colors, like all the colors are semi-transparent. Even the black kind of seems, but the white has this quality to it that's very, opaque. Oh, there's like a big notch out of that. Anyways, so then of course when you add, so even though this red is, I mean, I can kind of see, shadows and stuff through there, the lighter parts, the white you can't. And so when you get them mixed, the white contributes and makes it opaque, so you can't see, but that helps you see all these different lines. So this actually worked out quite well. I mean, they've got, I have trimming that needs to be done, but these letters are quite cute, actually. I like them. And here's where we ran out of red, and so topped it off with some of the pink later. And this eye has its not attached just because of over pouring and sticking together. But this J does not, so it's going to have a separate dot, which did get overpoured just in the wrong direction. And we'll go back to these pink ones. I'm not a huge pink fan, but I do really like this particular. It's like a not quite dusty pink, but I don't know. There's something about it that I like. It kind of looks like candy. I don't know if I've said that yet. These letters look like candy, and I want to eat them. Tip for those of you at home watching: don't eat them. Please don't eat them and say that I said you should eat them, because you shouldn't. So this is purple, but it actually looks kind of pink. And let's see, back to the reds. R and S. This mold, it's super squishy, and it's kind of just fun to, I don't know, it feels weird, and it's fun demolding out of here. I think these things come out super easy. Yeah, definitely like the opacity, or the, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I like these pink ones the best. And that's quite a cute little Z. So that's that mold. Definitely needs some cleanup. And then last, as I was just, having leftover resin, I poured some of these. I tried using that silicone cell maker. So yeah, this was the green, and I initially put, this is the dark green. I initially did put just some silicone or cell maker drops in at the bottom. Oh, that's interesting. Oof. I think that's the silicone at the top. That might be what's kind of liquidy too. Just going to give this a wipe down. So I'm not sure if this is partially pulling in because of the initial drops, but you can see there's some coloring pulling down there. But you can see, interesting. I sort of drizzled some pink all across, and then I did put some more of the silicone on top. And it's kind of given it this nice, and again, it was kind of starting to cure already, so it wasn't just going to totally mix. So that's kind of come out in an interesting pattern there. I'm afraid I'm wiping out some of the ink. We'll see. Find out what happens later. This initially was black, then I think I poured in a bit of white, and then I poured in a little bit, just a little bit of pink on top, and then I did put some drops in there so you can see them trying to come down. That must be where I did the drops. And definitely there's some silicone on here now. So let's just give that a bit of a wipe down. And so yeah, you can see it kind of did some of its own thing in there as well. Now I'm going to do this pink one next. I filled this one all the way up. I think I put a bit of white in it, and then I put a silicone drop like right in the middle, and it caused the white to like spread out and then just kind of go to the edges. So this chalky, that's how it looks to me. It looks chalky, and I don't think I used the dotting tool to get any bubbles out. And of course there's just one stray bubble right there. Little flecks of white in here. That could just be from not mixing the red and white together very well. And then there's just some very faint stuff going on there with the white, but for the most part this didn't really do much with the silicone. And then this one, I had a bit of blue, had a bit of black, had a bit of white left over, just had kind of all poured in, and did some swirly stuff to mix them together, and definitely threw some of the cell maker onto there as well. And yeah, this turned out really cool, but I think part of it is from the cell maker stuff, but a big part of it is just from it being partially cured and holding its own, and when I swirled it, it got to keep some of its stuff. So that, as I just double check and look around, that's all the stuff I made yesterday. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors, which is what I got. So that's it for now. I will see you next time. Have a good day.